Senator Brown.
Thank you. In August 2012, the Gillard Labor government introduced the dental health reform package to the Australian people. A key part of this package was the Child Dental Benefits Schedule, delivering means-tested financial support for dental services for children between 2 and 17 years of age. Families with children from 2 to 17 years old receiving benefits such as Family Tax Benefit Part A, the parenting payment, the double orphan pension, a carer payment and other benefits are eligible for the child dental benefit. It provides over $1,000 over a 2-year period to cover dental services such as examinations, routine cleaning, fillings and root canals. Since Labor introduced this reform, it has provided over $2.3 billion in benefits and delivered more than 38 million services to over 3 million Australian children. 3 million Australian children have avoided worsening physical and mental health impacts from untreated dental conditions thanks to this program, with massive flow-on benefits for their families, their communities and broader Australian society, including the government's bottom line from avoided downstream medical costs. This reform, under the Gillard government and led by the member for Sydney, who was then the Health Minister, was a great reform, and it's delivering great health outcomes to millions of children and teenagers across Australia. It was informed by a great amount of evidence presented by the Dental Advisory Group that was chaired by the formidable former public servant Mary Murnane. It was informed by some of the very disturbing evidence from the Australian Institute of Health and Welfare, that great institution, the AIHW, which showed that as many as 42% of 5-year-olds had decay in their baby teeth, and as many as 61% of 9-year-olds had decay in their baby teeth, and in a permanent feature of poor oral health. As many as 58% of 14-year-olds had decay in their adult teeth, Acting Deputy President. This is a great Labor legacy. It is a great demonstration of what a government focused on working to make Australians' lives easier can achieve. This bill represents an important extension to a great Labor legacy. But this is a legacy which, over 8 long years of this government, has been threatened repeatedly by a Liberal Party that has never fully supported this reform. That threat is consistent with years and years of the Liberals' party's opposition to Labor's introduction of Medibank and then Medicare. The Child Dental Benefits Scheme was not immune from the Liberal Party attempts to cut health services for Australians, and it remains in place due to the efforts of Labor and in particular the member for Ballarat, having consistently fought attempts by this government over their 8 long years to abolish or to cut the scheme. It was when the current Prime Minister was Treasurer that the government intended to cut the scheme entirely. And while Labor successfully opposed that attempt to abolish the scheme, the Liberal government then brought before the Parliament a proposal to cut by 30% the payments which would be received by children and to teenagers under the scheme. Rather than the $1,000 payment the scheme provides for, it was proposed by the current Prime Minister, who was Treasurer at the time, Acting Deputy President, that this payment be cut to just $700. It's unbelievable. This attack on the dental benefits scheme was also successfully opposed by Labor, led by the Shadow Health Minister, the member for Ballarat, Ms King. We're very glad the government has persisted in attempts to cut or abolish this scheme, hasn't persisted in attempts to cut or abolish this scheme, and has now been converted to actually expanding its scope. This bill represents a welcome reform to the dental benefits schedule, and Labor supports it as an extension of Labor's past legacy. The bill extends coverage of the dental benefits schedule to children from birth to 17 years old, removing the lower age limit on eligibility. It is well known and accepted that parents promoting and practising good oral hygiene with children from a young age will aid in the prevention of more serious dental decay and associated health impacts as they grow up. The bill will help to deliver a positive initial dental experience for more Australian kids and help to curb the unfortunate negative stigma around dental practitioners and oral hygiene. As a result of this change, each year an additional 300,000 Australian children aged between 0 and 2 will become eligible for the dental benefits schedule. From the 1st of January 2022, it is estimated that each year 15% of children in this newly eligible age group, 45,000 children per year, will now be able to and will access the dental benefits schedule. That is 45,000 kids with better oral health and better physical and mental health as a result. It means up to 45,000 families with fewer worries about being able to pay for the dental care their kids need. And it means 45,000 kids with a better relationship, experience and view of dentists, having been exposed to a dentist early in life, with benefits flowing through the rest of their lives. That is why Labor supports this bill and commends it to the Senate.